Hey, what's happening, YouTube? It's been a few days since I posted a video. So I decided I was going to post a video when I get inspired to talk about something that I feel is significant in today's society. So here we go. We're going to talk about frequencies, which is a form of an energy. And the question is, who controlling you? Now, a lot of y'all, without thinking about it, is going to say, I'm in control. I control me. But do you really? Well, let me just say this. Discovering who is in control is going to be an epiphany for you. I thought I was in control too, but I wasn't. I found out I was vibing or vibrating on a very low frequency. And it had to do with the kinds of food I put in my body. And when I started making my transformation from who she was to goddess, a lot of things just had to leave my world. It had to leave my space. And as I embarked upon living a vegan life, I did not know that it was gonna put me on a high frequency so I can speak directly to the Most High God, the source of all things, the source of where you and I come from, that source. And what we don't understand and what we don't get taught in churches, we don't get taught that God is a high frequency being. He's on a high vibration. That's why you can't get to him unless you vibe high. And I've tried it and tried it again. Eating meat, eating flesh, taking in an animal's blood. I don't care if you cook it and you can't see it, it ain't red no more. You still consuming animal blood. God doesn't require a blood sacrifice for y'all doing a little thing. Anyway, let's move on. So who in control of you? When you get to a crossroad in your life and you're about to make a decision that's not going to be good for you, but you just can't help yourself. You just do it anyway. That's a sign that you are not in control. What's controlling your mind? What's drawing you closer and closer to that thing that you know is not good for you? What is it? Another being is zapping your frequency. And that sounds a little far-fetched to a lot of y'all still operating in 3D. Another thing they don't teach you in church is this life got different dimensions to it. The one that you are most familiar with is the three-dimensional realm, 3D. You can see with the physical eyes. You can see the physical. You can see manifest the material stuff. 3D realm. Also the hell realm. A lot of people have been misguided. I was misguided. I was misguided for a long time. Not realizing it. Who you gonna get mad at? You can't get mad at your folks that raised you. You can't get mad because they didn't know either. Didn't nobody tell them? Didn't nobody really tell me either. I started researching it. I started having dreams. And I started getting visions of supernatural things. And I wanted to get some clarity on it. Going vegan gives you clarity. It opens up your pineal gland and you can see into the other spiritual realms. Expansion. It expands your mind. give you a new way of thinking. Then you begin to realize you're a carbon copy of the Creator. Everything He can do, He gave you power to do. And I will tell you this, reading the Bible, the way I used to read the Bible, that is what sent me on a spiritual journey. Because the things that the Bible say I should be able to do, I wasn't able to do it. And yeah, I wanted to know why. I wanted to know what was missing. Going to church on Sunday, Wednesday night Bible study, doing all that stuff, being as righteous as I knew to be, eating the hell out of some meat. Chicken, bacon, all kinds of stuff, eggs, all kinds of animal proteins, and animal blood was getting into my temple. That's why I wasn't getting a breakthrough. I was living all right. I was being blessed. But I wanted more. When Jesus said that I will be able to manifest, heal, and work miracles just like He did, and even more so, I don't see anybody around here doing it. And I wanted to know why. And I found out why. You're on the wrong frequency. You're on a low vibrational frequency. You don't have no power when you in low vibration frequency. You only get power when you start vibing on a high frequency. A lot of things, a lot of ignorant ways of thinking, it has got to go. It's a must. You cannot vibe high if you don't let that animal meat go, that flesh, that blood. You cannot have it in your temple and expect to be able to perform miracles, manifest with your mind. So in essence, the only thing the enemy ever stole from us is our mind. They got parents teaching children the way they want you to teach your children. It's okay to breastfeed your child for the first 6 months, but then, take them off your milk, the godly milk. Take them off that and let them have the milk of another species, not even human. Now you see what I'm saying? Just don't make no sense. When God has provided for us greatly, He has provided an abundance of plants, fruits. We can do anything, a lot of different things with it, and you will feel full and satisfied. And you will see a noticeable change in a 24-hour period, I promise. So if anybody's seeing this video, everybody's giving a 7-day vegan challenge. I'm going to give you a 2-day vegan challenge, a 48 hours of nothing but what God gave us. Vegetables, eat a lot of green vegetables. I found out that green vegetables, the thing that gives the green vegetables the green dark color is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll. It makes it the dark green color that it is. Just like melon gives me my hue. Melon gives me my shade. And it's electric. You got copper in chlorophyll. Copper is an electric conductor. People, we are electric beings. But if you take water and pour it on a socket, what's going to happen? Not going to work. You can forget it. It's over with. That's the same effect you get when you eat flesh and blood. Your electricity go out. You can't vibe if you don't have no electricity. Everything comes in waves. Everything circulates. God has designed the universe Ooh, it's mind blowing. Everything is vibrating in a circle of motion. Why we don't know this? Nobody taught it to us. They're still not going to teach you. If you want this kind of wisdom and knowledge, you got to go digging. You got to stop being lazy like I was. But now I've been on this path for a long enough time. There's no way I'm turning around. Yeah, I have my days because I still have to cook for 2 meat eaters. And some days it's difficult to have to deal with it and look at it and smell it. Sometimes it just makes me sick, really and truly, because I know what it is now. I know what it's designed to do. And you got to be strong. A lot of people walking around here talking about they're saved and they got the Holy Ghost. You're not strong. You don't have that. You think you have it. If you're eating flesh and blood, you don't have it. It's a delusion or illusion. Either somebody gave it to you or you gave it to yourself. And that's what happens when we start taking in the teachings of other people. Now, I'm not trying to teach you anything because I'm not a teacher. I'm giving you my account and my experiences and what I have found out thus far. And this is what I know for sure. There's a hell of a lot more to know. You better believe that. We will never know it all. But if someone can point me in the direction to get a little bit more every day, then I feel blessed. And I try to embrace information. That's what's wrong with us. Our people are perishing for a lack of knowledge. You don't want to go read for yourself, and you don't want nobody to tell you something different because you have been programmed since a baby. Parents start programming us as babies, just like somebody programmed them and somebody programmed them. We are living in somebody else's created imaginations of their minds, and they were convincing enough that we bought it hook, line, and sink. We bought it. See, but when you start vibing on a high frequency, when you decalcify your pineal gland by eating fruits and vegetables, and don't cook them all the time. Try some raw so you can get the raw essence of the benefits that comes with eating, your collards or your kale. I love peppers. By themselves, I just love peppers. So when you can start to feel the difference in your body and your mind, it gets so clear. Sicknesses and diseases has to flee. And the thing that makes me angry the most, because so many of us are under this mind control of feeling the need to rely on somebody else. So many of us are trapped. We can't see past the shit that we trapped in. Nobody has to have cancer. Nobody has to have diabetes. Nobody has to have high blood pressure. None of that exists in a high spiritual realm. None of it. And I tell people all the time, you're sick because you want to be sick. I found the recipe. I found the solution. But you don't believe it. So, if it's serving you to be sick in your temple where you can't move and shake the way you supposed, the way you were meant to move and shake, if you're not out here manifesting your life, manifesting your own reality, then that simply means you are living in somebody else's reality. And you have no power. Because anytime somebody tell you to take the meat off the plate, have peace on your plate. When you have peace on your plate, nothing had to die, nothing had to suffer. so you can feed that beast that wants that meat. When you have peace on your plate, you got peace in your life. You're vibing on a high frequency. You're constantly communicating with the Most High God. You are constantly getting downloads of information that's going to help you go to the next level. And baby, it's abundance in the fifth dimension. It's an abundance of everything. So I'm just trying to show people you are talking in vain. My dear brother, my dear sister, you are talking in vain. If you think you have a godly connection and you are on flesh and blood, you do not have the connection you think you have. But that's where the church comes in. It's their job to convince you. It's their job to convince you. That's what they get paid to do. Keep you trapped in your own temple. Not having no control over your own temple. And let me say this one thing. I'm going to get on because I'm at 15 minutes and I want to keep all my videos kind of short. But if you can't push back, if you don't have the strength to say no to things that you know that's going to hurt you, you are not in control. When you take back your control, when you take back your mind and say, okay, I'm only going to do A, B, and C. These are the good things for me. I'm going to leave D, E, and F alone. Because those things are bad for me. When you have the strength to push past that, you might be starting to vibe just a little bit. But you got to stay on this path. This is the path that few people follow. This is the path that leads to life. Everlasting life. The other path, that broad way that most of us are on, that's the way that's going to lead to death and hell. Your Bible you read say that. But when I say it, you get offended. But the Bible you read say the same darn thing. You on the broad way. You got to have it because everybody else eating it. You got to go to church because everybody else go to church, and you don't want nobody in the neighborhood talking about you don't go to church. That's because you're being controlled. When you're not under anybody's control, you don't really care what people think because you know it has nothing to do with you. You can use your mind for whatever you want to use it for. You can use it to elevate yourself, or you can continue to be under control of somebody else because you don't trust yourself. And I found that out. That is why a lot of us don't go down this road. This is a road you travel alone. I love my family, I love my husband to death. But I'm just on a different road. And he knows it. And he loved me anyway. Because I think in some ways he feels safe. Because he know I'm in the house with him. And that's cool. I don't force it down. This is not something that you can force down somebody's throat. You can't do it. You got to have a willingness to be devoted. You got to devote yourself. You got to dedicate yourself. And some of the harshest judgmental people on the earth are those that go to church all the time. And by you judging people, that just tells me that you are on a low, low, low frequency. Because when you vibing high, you don't have a need to do that. It's pointless. I understand my energy feels now. I understand how I vibe. And I don't let anything disrupt that pattern. I like vibing high. Yes, indeed. So until next time, I'll see you. We're going to talk about something else next time, okay, y'all? But who in control? Are you really in control? Ask yourself the question and be honest with yourself. Only the truth is going to set you free. Have a good day.